If you have ever walked into a music store on a busy day, you know the meaning of the word cacophony. You've got scads of players turning up the amps and playing all kinds of stuff that I don't even know what it is, and it's not even in the same key. Back in January, I went to the NAMM show in California, which is like Guitar Center times 1,000. It's a trade show for North American music manufacturers or something like that. I did a little vlog from there. I'll link it above in case you're interested. And so what happened for me when I was walking around the floor in the guitar area is I wanted to pick up all these cool guitars that I've never seen before and really try them out and play them. And like when you're trying a new guitar and you really want to get a good look at it, you don't just want to play a couple of chords. You want to get a feel for the leads. You want to get a feel all around the guitar and for the different pickup selections and whatnot. And you walk up to the booth and there's the guitar and you plug it in and all of a sudden you're like, what do I play here? I don't want to just kind of random noodle noise. So I had to give this some thought and figure out, what I was going to do to really check out a guitar and play unaccompanied and still sound kind of cool. And that's what I'm here to share with you today. So the NAMM show is not the only time this comes up for me. I'm doing like gear demos and reviews if you've seen them on the channel here. And I kind of want to show what the guitar sounds like just by itself and go through the pickup settings. I have to play something unaccompanied that's, hopefully not too boring to listen to when you're hearing what I'm doing and showing the pickup sounds. Now I could just pick up the guitar and play some chords from some famous song. Or if I wanted to check out the lead capabilities of it, I could be ripping off just some scales. But the first thing, feels kind of like a cop-out, and the second thing has no context whatsoever. It's just a bunch of random notes and noise adding to the cacophony of wherever I'm at. So for a person like me who's primarily a rock and metal player, hard rock, whatever you want to call it, I'm used to playing with a band and not playing unaccompanied. If you're a fingerstyle acoustic guy, flamenco classical guitar, everything you know is kind of unaccompanied and you're picking it up and just playing one of your songs and that fits in and it's just fine. But if you're a player like me, and I figure if you're watching my channel, you probably are kind of into the same genres, suddenly when you have to play by yourself, you get a little bit stuck. What to do here? Well, I kind of gave a lot of thought and I came up with an answer that's twofold. And the first part of it is groove. You really have to have that internal sense of rhythm and time and almost like a beat in your head that you're playing along with. And, play something that makes you want to make that stank face, And if that kind of thing's really difficult for you and you're just not able to hear a groove or a beat or stay in time, I actually have a lesson for it that's been really successful for a lot of my students, and I'll link that up here too in case you want to check it out and come back to this or check it out later. Now the second thing that I found when playing unaccompanied is that it's really good to imply chord changes behind what you're playing to give the feel or sense that there's a rhythm guitar almost as you're noodling around with the leads and rhythms together and trying to figure out the capabilities and sounds of the guitar. So what I mean by that, going with the groovy thing that I was playing there, I can kind of move through chord changes. I can imply a chord change of say A, C, D, like just those three chords, and I can groove to them and move through the positions. I'm going to control it with my thumb, so I have kind of like a bass note there. So you can see with my thumb, I was playing the bass note and then just playing in the same key. I'm in C major, A minor here, and just playing stuff that fit in the position that I was in the key, keeping the groove and applying the chords. And what happens is, like the second time you go through, or later if you've already applied the chords very strongly, you can wander away a bit and just play a lead, but people kind of still hear the chords in their head. So I'll do that thing again, and then I'll go through a second time where I don't really control the root note with my thumb so much. So you notice the second time through there, I just went up to the the C and the D part, and I didn't do anything to play the rhythm note because I'd already established it, and you can kind of hear the progression in your head, and it gives you a little more freedom to move away from just playing and locking in with your thumb. And this works too when you're doing something that's not so groove-based, but you still have to keep your sense of time. We're going to imply here like an E to B to C progression. Now I can wander away a little more because I've established it. There's a primer on maybe better ways to play unaccompanied. I hope it gives you some ideas and helps you if you were struggling like me with what to play when you're just kind of plugged in by yourself or going into a music store or whatever. And maybe you come up with something that's a little more self-contextual, if that's even a word. And you're not just one of those guys contributing to the cacophony. So, as always, guys, if you have any questions or comments, ideas and methods of your own that have worked that you want to share, please share them below. I'm always happy to get back to everyone. And until next time, keep making great music. Hey friends, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It makes the whole world better.